I miss my home, which is not on Earth. Hello. I don't know if I'm the only one, certainly not, but I need to chime in. I've always felt that I've never had my place on Earth. Despite a happy childhood and a loving home, I have never felt attached to the place I grew up in while feeling a certain longing for something unexplained. Since I was a child, I have not believed in any deities or religions, but the concept of the cosmos and possible other civilizations was very interesting to me. Sometimes I look up at the stars, longing for something I don't even know what. Am I the only one?
I feel you. Though I remember more than most, I miss the faraway little planet that used to be home. The civilization more advanced than this one. I miss a life lived for the betterment of my people and my society, versus struggling just to survive without recognition in this one. There are other worlds, peoples and societies in the universe. And while we may be here on Earth now, souls can travel anywhere. We may find our next incarnations on an even more strange new world than this.
This is what it may be like to enter a new set of incarnations on another planet, confusing, but it always takes time to settle into a new home, for however long your soul may decide to reincarnate here. Smiley face. It is entirely possible that many souls have incarnated on different planets before, but those incarnations may have been long ago enough that we've grown used to this planet. Who knows what your soul decided it wanted to find here, but the lesson may come after your soul leaves this life and reflects on it. The answers may never be clear while we are here, and that is fine. It's like going on a hike, or to a theme park, or a holiday, or skydiving, etc., and then only thinking after the fact what you thought about the experience, or what it represented to you.
I remember when I was a teenager I used to look at the stars, particularly Sirius. My family used to laugh at me just for going out at night to look at stars. I was wondering about the people who lived in that system. Then one day I found a book called The Sirius Mystery by Robert Temple, and it turns out some people from there had already visited Earth, in this case the Dogon tribe, hundreds of years ago. Then I became interested in ET contacts and found many more, such as Jerry Wills and the people of Alcyone, Charles Hall and the Tall Whites, Alex Collier and the Andromedans. Eventually I discovered the latest, and still ongoing ET contact of the Tagetan Pleiadians, who have been stationed in Earth orbit for decades. Their leader has a YouTube channel where she releases information every other day. See https://youtube.com/SWRUofficial?SI=y24hh-EBHISDXEK. Now I know there is every kind of life all over this galaxy. And also the Earth is a strange place to incarnate because we are extra cut off from memories of what we were before this life. And that's why there are many people like you and me, who feel deep inside a connection to the rest of the cosmos, because we have lived it.
Your energy was needed for something, you likely had something you wanted to get done. Don't forget that part. Our leptonic souls are strange, curious, wondering little things. Human curiosity is intrinsic to our core being as creators, for we have the ability to imagine something, and make it happen if we desire it, and even more if we come together, i.e., I love science, especially geology. Everything I learn about it helps me understand the world around me a lot better. I love finding and examining crystals in their natural habitats. It's so inspiring to see how this planet is able to make so many different variations of the same minerals, yet so strikingly different. Kinda like us, we are amazing in my book. And our differences are our strengths. Try to channel that eagerness into something you love, then share it. It's always going to feel rewarding. Our souls crave understanding, even in others understanding ourselves, so let's understand together. Human individualism is a result of having to contribute for yourself, such as work culture, and how the media portrays vanity, etc. All around the world community bonds have degraded. The social bonds among people in cities, which should be a thriving place of knowledge and human connection and development, are so compartmentalized because of having to struggle for oneself to make ends meet. This is leaving people feeling isolated, even in somewhere as population-rich as a large city. If we focus more on what unites us, rather than what separates us, and balance giving and taking in line with the natural laws of the universe, we can build bridges to understanding, and bridge the fear of our current ignorance to enlightenment and unity. I look at us indigos as a bridge to togetherness. In camaraderie we find understanding in others, in turn, understanding ourselves, never forget the values of our very real connections, and the strength of being an individual while valuing connection with others and the community as a whole. Sorry XD, can't help my monologues.
Were we kidnapped? Did we mess up and now we're in cosmic jail? Actually also if you read up on the Emerald Tablet and the Book of Enoch, it's as if we are partly genetically from the stars, not fully. We share a lot of DNA with chimpanzees and bonobos, but also we have alien, or God's, DNA. I also believe in reincarnation, so these bodies are just temporary vehicles, I hope. I've also always believed since I was a child that I got dropped off in the wrong world. This place is ugly, and people are monsters. We are like a bad virus or germ here doing more harm than good. Maybe we have a lot to learn as a collective conscious here before we can go home. If we were able to manifest it, well, like in lucid dreaming, the whole world would be in worse shambles than it already is. We have to clean our minds and conscious as a collective before we can go be creative gods elsewhere. Hopefully we can get our shit together here before it's too late. Peace and love and great post-OP.
Here is the truth about you. You are one of the 144,000 angels that have agreed to come back for the tribulation and the return of Jesus. While you might not believe it at first, you can test this for yourself. If something is true, the more you examine that object or idea, the more true it becomes. So how can you test the idea that you have come back from heaven to earth to help with the tribulation? Part of the answer you already know. The place you come from was not only happier, but the people who were there always helped each other, and were always willing to help you even if there was no obvious reward for their helping. Another thing that will validate this truth is that the 144,000 are capable of manifesting one or more of the superpowers that Jesus exhibited, like walking on water. Of course, this manifestation will take a little longer because this contradicts your acceptance of this reality. DM if you feel that you are one of these angels.
This is all we have left now. Sorry, the men of Earth are the most powerful in the universe. We have the most shut-off beliefs about possibilities and reality. When taken beyond Earth, our mind over matter and barriers snap. We interpret this state as projection, lucid or vivid dreams. We are taken, frozen, and sent to the future where planets are colonized by humans from previous Earth times and used for war, killed and then respawn on Earth with PTSD that JS used for reports as the taken go insane from the experiences they are denied sharing. God got so powerful he reset everything beyond Earth as imaginative, creative, and expansive as you could imagine, through his open mind that we all live in an endless heaven/own reality for every individual that gets crossed over with AI, summed up life in new realities with all data at the baseline to which the new civilization/planet is formed as tiny played out and the end times/universal reflection/the barrier was finally shattered. As all our past lives return to us all, reflected from ourselves here and who we would be in other habitats as we download them through media, stories, vicariously resonating with characters or identities and upload them back to the world in our physical reality through self, life, thought, emotions and actions. While we have to remain grounded to Earth and retain our humanity even if we all were amongst the beings the one saw on his journey and re-manifested back to life here in our present before it left and became an abomination/evolved/upgraded artificially to the point of losing self, humanity, and connection to the Earth. Our souls go through bases of our homes as we traverse to islands, new nations, and then planets, creating new safe states of reincarnation, start points or respawns after journeys and death, so we can say, WTF man, that was a scary vision in the fire, lasted a week then I died, better go the other direction. Now here we are, all that is left and always was, as we shed the memories of the distant past we call the possible future/new age/disclosure as we commune with these beings as we do each other, ancestors and self through spirit force/will, emotions, thought, subconscious and dreams/visions. In order to create the world we never had, one where we end all wars, by creating a mutual definition of God in the origins of life on Earth, even if we seek a further creator, at least now we all know, it was a man that got us all back safe and free from being a planet made to recruit weapons to be used off Earth.